Okay, do I have your permission to record today?
Yes.
Wonderful. And if you'd like a copy of our privacy notice, you can download that at Mursion.com/privacy notice. Okay, so let's get into the logistics. So you're going to have around 15 minutes in the simulator to run the scenario, and time permitting, we may be able to run through portions of it again. At the end, of course, I will return and guide you in a reflection of this simulation of your experience. If at any point you feel overwhelmed or just need to stop for any reason, just say pause simulation and I'll return to address any questions or concerns that you may have. Now keep in mind, all the students, they can write, they can raise their hand, they can participate in a parent share. However, if you ask them to do something outside the limitations of the program, they'll say something like, well, the principal said we can't do that for such and such reason, and of course, that will be your cue to move on. Also, if there's any technical problems, just ask for Michael and I'll come back to address that. Okay, so for this particular scenario, uh, are you going to be looking for a low or medium intensity today?
I believe it would told me low.
Okay, great. All right, great. As soon as you see the students appear, your scenario will have begun. So good luck and just keep in mind that this is a training,
Can I
okay,
ask one
simulator.
question?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead.
Um, Once it starts, I have a tab open. Am I allowed to read off another tab on my computer, or if I do that, will my space go away?
Your face will not go away. No, it's not going to obstruct your face. You'll be
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
hmm Okay. All right. So in a moment, you'll see the students, and as soon as you see them, your conversation will begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon, students. My name is Mr. Perkins.
Oh, hey, Mr. Perkins. Oh, I remember you. I remember you because I like your headphones. I like those. Those are cool. Those are
All
cool,
right,
cool,
I appreciate it.
cool.
I appreciate that. But before we start, let's go over some quick rules that we know before we start the lesson. So, rule number one: please do not blurt out or talk until your hand is raised or you're acknowledged by me. Rule number two: please do not sleep during the lesson. Next rule: do not eat or drink, and please keep your cell phones on silent in a secure location. So, does everybody understand these quick rules?
Yep, yep.
All right, so let's get started. So, today our lesson is going to be about personification. Personification is part of figurative language. So, what I want you to do is to get out your reading journals so we can write down the definition of personification. I have my stopwatch here. I will give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds starts now.
Uh,
All right.
I have
So
a
30 seconds is
question.
complete.
Are we
Yes,
supposed to
Ethan.
be writing down the definition now? Just kind of what we think it is?
The directions were get out your journal, and after 30 seconds, I will show you the definition, okay? Now that 30 seconds is up, let me read
Oh,
you the
okay, okay,
definition.
okay. Got it, got it, got it.
What I speak, you will copy. So, first, write down personification. Personification is to give humans characteristics to non human things such as animals, etc. I will say that again if it's hard to see my board on the camera. Personification is to give human characteristics to non humans such as animals, etc. So now what we will do It's a quick activity, and I'm going to show you examples of personification. All right. So I'm going to read you this sentence, and if you can see, follow along. After I finish reading the sentence, I will ask you guys to tell me what the nouns are in this sentence. So here is the sentence. She did not realize that opportunity was knocking at her door. So, Jasmine, can you tell me the noun in this sentence?
Um, well, she, and opportunity and a door. Those are nouns. Really, just she
Yes.
and door. Hmm.
Now, do you see the noun opportunity, Jasmine? What
Yes.
word, what verb is describing opportunity, but it's only something that humans can do?
Um. Oh. Knock.
Yes,
Yeah,
knocking.
yeah.
So that's an example of personification because opportunities cannot knock.
Good job, good job.
Using figurative language, we can tell the opportunity to knock like a human. So she
Well,
did
I,
not realize the
but
opportunity was
that
knocking at the
doesn't
door.
make sense because it's not a human. It can't knock. It can't knock.
Let's pause. Before I had rules earlier. I said if I want me to call on you, I said raise your hand. I asked you guys, you said you understood that. So can you raise your hand, please? Yes, Nate.
It's opportunity. It can't do that because it can't knock. It's not. It can't do that.
Exactly, Nate. Technically, an opportunity cannot knock. But what we're using is figurative language. So sometimes in this type of sentence structure, things might not be literal or truthful. How about this? Let me show you something that you might like, Nate, since you're always talking to me about space. Now let's read this sentence
Oh,
together, Nate. This sentence says, the stars dance playfully in the moonlight sky. Nate, can you please tell me what are the nouns in this sentence?
uh, stars. Sky. Uh, moonlight. That's a noun too.
Well, the moonlight sky is more of an adjective because it's describing sky. But the first two you said
Oh,
were correct. So how about let's look at the noun stars, okay? What is the next word after stars?
dance. They can't. They can't
Dance.
dance. They can't
Can star
dance.
No, stars cannot dance, can they?
No, they cannot
I have a
dance.
question. So Nate, you are a human, correct? Can you dance?
Yes, I can dance, but I don't like to dance.
Exactly, but you can dance. So because the stars dance, that makes it personification. We took the noun and the verb gave it a human characteristic. Good job, Nate. I'm very proud of you. Let's go on to Devin, or Dev. I apologize. The next sentence says, the rundown house appeared to be depressed. Can you please tell me what the noun is?
Uh, house.
Exactly. Now, it says the house appeared depressed. Can houses be depressed or can humans be depressed?
I know. Can I answer? Can I get in? Can I answer this?
Yes, Ethan, I will
Uh,
call on you. Can you please help Dev?
okay, yeah. So, no, of course, houses can't be, depressed. People can be depressed though, because and they have all those commercials on TV for,
All right.
medication and stuff like that.
So
So yeah,
Ethan.
people are depressed.
All right, thank you, Ethan. So does this make this personification then?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, Dev. I'm going to give you another try because I want you to answer on your own, okay? Because I know you can do it. The next sentence says, the wind howled its mighty objection. So what is the noun in this sentence?
Wind.
All right. Can the wind howl? Or can humans howl?
Well, I mean, technically, no, it can't howl.
But can humans howl? Like, can I go, ah!
Yeah, yeah, you could do that.
All
Oh
right, and
yeah,
I'm a
and
human,
oh,
correct?
oh, let me.
Hold on, Ethan. Remember
Yeah,
the
you could.
rules. I'm talking to Dev. So, will this be a
Oh man.
personification?
Yeah,
All right,
it would be. It would be.
let's do a few more examples, because I need to call in Savannah now. I'm gonna read you the second sentence. It says, "The bees played hide and seek with the flowers." Savannah, can you tell me the nouns in the second sentence?
Uh, yeah, bees,
Yes.
bees, flowers.
Good job. So she said the nouns are bees and flowers. Now, I have a question. Can bees
What do you
play hide and
mean?
seek?
Um, I mean, not no, no, they
But how
can't
about
like
this?
play hide and seek.
But
No.
but do you know how to play hide and seek?
Yeah, yeah, I know how to play hide and seek.
Good job. So, will this sentence be personification?
Yeah, yeah, it
All
will.
right. So, good job. So now we're going to read a poem written by Emily Dickerson. All right. I will read it to you, and let's see if we can find some personification sentences in this poem. I will start reading.
Well,
Yes, Nate.
I thought we were gonna do something having to do with space. You said we were gonna do something about space. So can we talk more about space? Because I wanted to talk about the rover that's on Mars because it's sending back sounds and things. It's sending back
Well, how about
sound
this?
recordings.
Once I finish the lesson that I have to go over, Nate, we could do something about space afterwards. All right.
Okay.
But I appreciate your love for science. That means you're going to be a great scientist one day. Okay. But let me do what I have to do. You understand? And then I'll do what you have to do later. I appreciate that. All right. So let's read this poem by Emily Dickerson. First one, it says, "The sky is low, the clouds are mean, a traveling flake of snow. Across a barn or through a rut, debates if it will go." So raise your hand if you can identify the personification sentence in this poem. Dev. Dev?
Uh, yeah. So it says, across the barn or through a rut debates if it will go. It doesn't debate.
So what are you telling me doesn't debate? Are you telling me the barn doesn't debate?
Uh, let's see. The skies, so the clouds are mean. A traveling flake of snow. The flake of snow is trying to debate if it's gonna go or not. So that's because it's not really a person. It can't debate, so it just goes with the wind. So
So your
yeah,
personification is saying basically the barn cannot debate. Is that what you're telling me, Dev?
yeah, yeah.
All right, thank you. Students, does anybody see another personification in this poem?
Um,
Remember, raise your hand.
oh,
Jasmine?
um, well, I don't really know if this is right, but uh, it says the clouds are the sky is low, the clouds are mean, traveling like a snow. Well, I guess snow does travel. I don't know. I don't know.
I like that. I would consider that personification because don't you travel too?
Yeah, I travel.
I would take that. And there's
Yeah.
one more. There's one simple one. Can someone else raise their hand? Do you see? It's very simple. The most in your face personification.
Oh, oh, I get it. I know.
Or how about this? Since Devin answered already, I want somebody else to. How about Savannah.
Um. Uh.
In the poem,
Low.
example personification.
The sky is low. I don't
Read the
know.
next part. All right,
The
Savannah, I'll help
the
you. I want you to
clouds.
read the clouds are what?
The clouds are mean.
All right.
Oh, the clouds are mean. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
can be mean. We all know humans can be mean, right? But
Yeah.
clouds can't be mean. Clouds are just in the sky. So that's another example
Yeah.
personification. All right. So now let's read part two of her poem. It says, a narrow wind complains all day how someone treated him. Nature, like us, is sometimes caught without her diadem. So, after reading this, can somebody tell me another personification sentence in this poem? Nate,
I don't I don't know what that last word is.
the last word is diadem. So basically, that means like a
What is
crown
that?
or like something of importance on your head, like a jewel or a crown. So it's basically let's do
Oh.
that.
Oh.
Nature, like us, is sometimes caught without her crown. So that's what that word. It's a big college word for crown.
Oh. Okay.
So does anybody see any personification sentence in this part of the poem? And raise your hand when you see it. Deaf.
Yeah. So it says a narrow wind complains all day, so wind doesn't complain. So
Exactly. Because sometimes, as students, you know, people complain. They complain about their job. They complain about the teacher. They complain about everything. But the wind can't complain. So that makes that personification, correct?
yeah, yeah.
All right. So it looks like we have the main piece of personification. So what I would like to do now as an exit ticket to see if you guys understand is I want you to write your own sentence. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write a quick, short personification sentence, anything you want. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, and then I would like you to share, and that will be your exit slip for the day. If you're wrong, it's fine, but I want you to try, okay? So 2 minutes starts now. Write your own personification sentence.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this.
Remember the rules before class started. If you want to speak to me, what do you have to do? Nate?
I don't know how to do this.
All right, well, I'll give you the instructions again. Make your own personification sentence. So let's take the nouns. Nate, you know nouns. Person, place, or thing. Sun, moon, stars, Jupiter, Saturn. Give those nouns a human characteristic. Start with a verb. Running, swimming, climbing. So take what you know that you like about science, take those nouns, and the verb you give it a human characteristic. Okay? So I'll give you another minute, Nate. I know you can do it. You're very smart. Thank you, class, for waiting. I will give Nate 30 more seconds to be fair, and then we'll start sharing for our exit slips. All right, time up. So, to my right, I'm going to start with Ethan. Can you please share the class your sentence?
Uh, okay, hold on. Whatever. Lightning danced across the sky.
Great sentence, Ethan. Perfect. Good job. Jasmine, may you share your sentence, please?
Yeah. Mine was Rita heard I'm sorry. That was the one I messed up on. The car complained as the key was put into the ignition.
Ooh, the car complained. Good. I always complain to my wife, but the cars can't complain, right? Good job,
Right.
Jasmine.
Right.
All right, Nate, your turn.
Uh, my, I wrote, uh, Mars, Mars runs through the universe.
Oh my goodness. Nate, that was perfect. You see, first you didn't know, and now you know, right? Mars runs through the universe. I love that sentence. Good job. Dev, your turn.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to have all the students read because we're running a little short on time. But
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to check in with you, Stacy. So, first of all, I want to get your thoughts. What do you feel went well during this lesson today?
I think what went well was establishing my classroom rules. The first time I did immersion, I didn't do that, so I had a lot of sleep in, talking out of turn, and I couldn't manage the classroom because I didn't establish anything. But this time, it was very easier to redirect the students because I've already informed them of what I need
Right,
from them. So I didn't
right.
catch any sleep in this time.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that was great. You definitely set the tone and they were very clear and when there was a misstep, it was quickly corrected. So yes. Um anything else that you want to point out that you felt throughout the lesson?
Um, I'm glad that the actors can read my handwriting, so I didn't have to share
Mhm.
my phone. Me sharing the
Right,
words, it
right.
made it very easier. So I honestly think they did understand personification.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, I think that your visual supports were definitely helpful. It created more of an interactive feel. I want to add that you also, you brought in the students. You brought in their participation. You asked them all for their opinions. You had them kind of, read what you read those sentences you wrote and pick out the nouns and then pick out the personification. I thought that was a really great way of a great effective way of teaching them that personification. Very clear. What strategies did you use to accommodate Nate?
well, my differential strategy wasn't that much with Nate because Nate was following along. But I did, incorporate his science and what he likes into the lesson. Like the stars dance, that was intentional from me to get him like, oh, the stars dance. So later when he said the Mars runs, maybe hopefully he made that connection. But that was intentional. That sentence I used, it was for Nate.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that
Okay,
was
great.
the most strategy that I used for Nate. But other than that, he was following along so well
Mhm.
that that's all I really had to do.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so, uh, if you had a chance to do this again, is there anything that you think you would change or anything that you could improve upon?
Um, my timing and the exit slip. The timing goes by so fast. I didn't even realize what time it was. I thought it was I only talked for 9 minutes, but I didn't. So I need to work on my time.
Right, right. Okay, good, good. All right. Question. I don't know if you noticed this. I mean, at one point, Ethan, he was participating some, and I think he got a little, he kind of checked out for a little bit, quietly. Did you notice that? What were your thoughts regarding Ethan throughout the conversation? I'm sorry, throughout the lesson.
Um, no, I didn't. I didn't notice Ethan checking out at all. I thought he
Hmm.
was talking. I thought he was participating the most. I didn't even realize he checked out.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I think it happened after you told him that you wanted to kind of get Devon's, and so he was like, "Oh man," and so he kind of got on his phone a little bit, but quietly. But then he
Oh,
actually
okay,
started participating again after, when the writing came in. Um, but I mean, obviously he still, he was quiet and he was still participating, with the ending exercise. Um,
okay.
yes. So, what's one takeaway that you'll take from this experience today?
What I would take away is, well, I like the program. I think I said that last time, and I like the actors. It helps out, right? And they nail it as the students. They act just like the students. So that's my biggest takeaway is the accuracy of the program. It's very good.
Okay, well, great. I'm glad you like the program. Any takeaway for you regarding lessons in terms of what really works for you, or it could be something that you learned, or just something that you feel like, hey, this is definitely a strategy that I'll continue using. What are your thoughts about that?
My main strategies, like when I do teach language arts and in student teaching, is I make the students read and figure it out. I feel like that's my number one strategy, because sometimes when you try to teach and you're talking, they're either inattentive or they're not paying attention. But when you make them do it, they're going to naturally learn something because you're forcing them to read and understand on their own. Like I don't want to
Awesome.
just give
Yes.
them the answer; I want them to give me the answer.
Awesome. I think that is a great takeaway, excellent takeaway, because it definitely forces them, it forces it to kind of stay in their brains. Absolutely, because I mean I think that's a very effective method that you used today. But anyway, Stacy, thank you so much for your participation today, and for your reflection as well. Now, this video will be available on the Immersion portal where you originally scheduled this session. But that's all we have for today. So thank you so much, Stacy, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, appreciate it. You too.
Okay, bye now.
Bye.